Durk Davidson here with PSED/Mr. D. Had some pretty heavy lessons. First lesson we brainstormed conflicts and we talked about distancing with different styles of conflict. We also talked about triggers and cues, what gets you to 0 to 100 like that, what your body goes through when you get angry. Then we did the escalator that really shows all the range of emotions and feelings you go through before you get to a situation where you want to fight, become violent, hurt. And we had some great feelings and issues on how we were going to work with that, which leads us to this. Doing those 3 lessons is awesome, but I don't want to leave you hanging because it's nice that we went over how you handle your emotions, not how you handle your emotions, but how you feel, what causes you to go there, all those right there, that's all wonderful. But then what do you do? What do you do when you get to that point where you need to come down? You need to take a chill pill, as you all tell me. You've got to develop some strategies on calming down. That's why we call this the strategy wheel. Now basically in this pie chart I think it's 8 pies here, which it is. We can fill in more if we need to. So think about strategies that when you have gotten to the point where you're going to make an irrational decision or you're going to do something, as we say, off the chain, off the hook, something that you don't want to look back later and say, God, I wish I wouldn't have done that. What can you do?
One of my strategies for calming down is putting my head under a pillow for 2 minutes.
One of my best strategies is taking my time to think about what I did and let it all go and move on.
One of my favorites, I love to listen to my music. It takes me to a safe place, a peaceful place. It's like me being able to take a deep breath and saying, I think I'm going to be all right now. I can envision on these lessons I've done in the past, I have gotten all kind of answers. A lot of my students tell me that they like to go and play video games. And something I didn't mention earlier with this strategy wheel, I have a plus here. And that plus basically stands for these answers must be positive. You can't have an answer where you want to go punch somebody or you want to run your fist through a wall. Those aren't positive strategies. All these strategies need to be positive. Listening to music, video games, taking a walk. A lot of times that goes a long way. Just getting away, taking a walk. Deep breaths. I'm going to say / count to 10. And these are answers based on what you all have told me. Some other strategies you may want to use is seek adult advice. Those adults that you can trust. Those adults that you know are that's going to have your back. That's going to not only give you advice, but listen to what your issue is. A lot of times, just listening, you can find some of your own outlets.
Someone that listens to me is my family.
Someone who listens to me is my Nana.
So seek adult advice, listen to music, video games, taking a walk, deep breathing. Maybe you like to work out. I'm putting on here workout / sports. Let's be honest, right now, with our social distancing we're going through right now, sometimes playing sports is hard, but you can work out. You can, like I said, you can take a walk. You can do sports by yourself if you have to. That includes maybe, like I said, working out, jogging, doing some calisthenics, things like that that can make you stop and think about what I can do to get myself in check. Something else you may want to do. This is what I've done before. And when I put this answer, a lot of folks are like, really? Yeah, sometimes a good cry helps. Okay, sometimes just getting a good cry helps. And I'll let you all know, it's one I use. Okay, sometimes I just need to have a good cry and it just makes me feel a lot better. Doesn't make me soft. Doesn't mean that, I'm a wimp or anything. It means that's just a way of me releasing and I'm able to move on from there. So every once in a while, sometimes you just need a good cry. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just need to go to sleep. Wake up the next day, it's like, it's a new day, sunshine, and I feel a whole lot better. Sometimes you just need to go to sleep. I've had students tell me they like to meditate. I think that's great. You all have told me you like to, start busting out lyrics, poetry. So be thinking about answers or situations that you do, and I know you all use them. I don't think a lot of times you give yourself credit for using these strategies, but you all have strategies for calming down. Once again, they must be positive. I've had students say that they have punching bags or pillows. That's not a negative situation. You're not hurting anybody. So if you have a punching bag, that's fine. You're not punching anybody, you're punching a bag. Think about strategies on a day-to-day basis when those situations really pop up. And a lot of times, you don't give yourself credit. A lot of times you are using some of these strategies and really don't know you are using them. you have already created some strategies that you use when you're upset and when you're trying to get from that elevator going to 100. But just stop and think about the strategies that you use, and also think about strategies maybe your parents use, some of your friends use, people that you know use, because everybody does different things.
One of my best strategies for calming down is usually like talking to my friends or listening to music or playing video games.
One of my best strategies for calming down is having a snack.
So those are examples. In doing this lesson in the past, there's times where I've almost had to get another strategy wheel. What happens though is all this is great information, wonderful information. This is the information that I've gotten and answers that I've gotten from you all, but it takes practice. Nothing's going to happen overnight. This is all good stuff. But what happens when we have these conflicts, a lot of times we forget. We forget that we have developed some strategies. So you have to practice. You have to tell yourself, this is a situation where I need to go and seek adult help. I need to go take a walk. I need to go play some video games. That's when you know you're making progress, is when you're really putting these to work. It takes practice, I know. And it is hard. It's hard sometimes to be able to go to that strategy wheel. But if you take your time, use some of these, maybe give yourself credit for the ones you already created, I think that you can handle some conflicts in a lot better situations that we're doing. And let's face it, right now, we're living in a very conflictive time, okay, with what's going on with all around us with the epidemic and all that, with the pandemic. But it's a good time also. You're cooped up in the house. You can't do all the things you want to do. It's a great time to maybe create your own strategy wheel. It would be great, and it doesn't take much. You know, you get your circle, make a pie chart, and list the ones, because these are all from students that have told me, create your own. Create your own strategies. Even if you don't fill it up, do as many as you can. And then when it's time, when you have that situation where you need it, and it may not be there in front of you, but it reminds you that, hey, I did create some strategies. Start using them. Like I said, it all looks good, takes practice. I know you all can do it. Thank you.